Check out BigBadToyStore.com for this and other great toys. A red and black fembot with a purple sword. It almost seems like they made this figure just for EmGo and Lori Plan.
Hey, what's up, YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Generations Deluxe Class WINDBLADE. So here we are, and there she is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So here it is, as usual, there's not a whole lot going on once you take the comic book out. Here's WINDBLADE looking all windy and bladey. Thrilling 30, look, she's an Autobot. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. You got the tech specs there, if you'd like to see that. Yes, she is number 30 of the Thrilling 30, yay! And there's the bio, if you'd like to read it. And that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along here, we have WINDBLADE, the fan-made figure. And she's pretty cool. A little on the fiddly side, but she's still a pretty neat figure. So here she is in her jet mode, and as you can see, the robot mode shins and feet are just blatantly sticking out there. Okay, sure. I guess they're trying to pass it off as, you know, there are extra tail fins for stability and intakes. And yeah, all right, sure. There's some nice molded details here. You actually get some riveting, this is riveting action going on here. But you do have the rivets molded in there. She does have these fans, which do spin, which is nice, and they're also on this swivel joint right here. So you can get, you know, so you have that going on either side. So that's pretty cool. You got the trans-clearing cockpit there. And yeah, she is a little gappy. You know, just kind of a big gap there. Once you remove the sword, you know, kind of helps to fill that in a little bit, but it's still a little on the gappy side. Doesn't really bug me, but it's just, you know, it's a thing. But you have that. You have an extra fan here in the back. This is actually her sword, but it serves as an extra fan in the back. And she does have landing gears. They're all molded pieces. These don't even retract. They're completely molded out like that. This one you can actually flip in. Yeah, flip down, but again, it's just molded in place, doesn't roll. But yeah, you know, it's a serviceable jet, you know. Again, hey, but you know, depending on what angle you look at it from, it does look pretty cool. For comparison, here she is. I'm sorry, here she is with Generations Armada Starscream. So you can get a sense here of how she stacks up. So, there you have that. But, yeah. Oh, of course. I totally forgot to mention. Comic book! She comes with a comic book! So, here's the WINDBLADE comic book. Very cool piece of artwork there. Of WINDBLADE, wielding her purple sword. Very cool. And I think this is another issue of Dark Cybertron, I believe. Hey, there she is, right there. Hey! But yeah, I haven't read this issue. I am so behind on my... What is going on? Burn, bright Metroplex. Burn, bright... I don't know what's happening here. I'm so behind on my comics, I don't even know what's going on here anymore. I have to catch up. What? The Battle of the Titans. What? But yeah, comic book. You get a comic book with these, so... There's a comic book. Now back to WINDBLADE. Yay, WINDBLADE. Pew! Okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, there's WINDBLADE. Jet mode. Looks pretty cool. Again, it has its issues, but looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, on the underside you can, you know, robot mode arms are right there, legs, it's all right there. But it's the usual jet transformer. You should be used to this by now. But yeah. So, let's get down to transformation, shall we? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to come under here and unpeg the sword and sheath. You'll see here, it just pegs in with this peg right there. So we're just going to take this, put that off to the side, and we'll get started here. You just want to take the hands, you just want to untab them. They just basically hold on to these slots right here. Now you want to come here to this tail fin and untab this section right there, like that. Then just take it, flip it up, like that. Once you've done that, you're going to take this whole assembly here and bring this whole assembly up like that. Bring that up like that, and just leave it there for now. Take the waist, rotate it 180, split the legs. You're going to take the tail fin here, you're going to rotate it so this ends up on the rear side here. Then you're going to take this, flip that down. You should actually do that first. So just bring that down, and then rotate this around like that. So there you have that. Now you're going to take this piece and bring it down on this double hinge like that, and that finishes off the leg just like that. Second verse, same as the first. Bring it down, and there you go. Flip up that landing gear. Take this whole nose section here, bring it back. It's on a double hinge. Just bring that all the way back. Take this whole front section here and bring that down like that. There's the head. Bring it up. And then you want to take these shoulders and bring them up like that. You want to take these bits right here and angle them out. And then bring the whole thing up like so. And then the wings, you can basically do what you want with them. They're on multiple joints here, so you can angle them up. You can also bring them back. Me personally, I like to bring them slightly back and angle them up a slight bit. That's the way I like to display the wings. Just angle them back a little bit, bring it up just a notch, and there you go. Make sure she's got her heels under her. She has a little bit of a pain in the butt to stand because of the high heels. You kind of have to chicken leg her a little bit to get her to stand properly. But, whoop. Yeah, the heels, I do agree with what other people have said. It would have been nice if the heels just kind of tabbed in somewhere. If they just kind of, if there was just a tab right there, just kind of notched in to that rear thruster, just to hold it in place, that would have made a world of difference. Because they do kind of tend to just want to just buckle when you're trying to stand her up. So, but once you get her standing, she is pretty stable. Pretty stable, I say, as she continues to not want to stand. There you go, WINDBLADE. Oh, one last step. You just want to take the little shoulder pads here and just rotate them up. Doop. And boop. There you go. And there you have it. There you have WINDBLADE in her robot mode. Stand, woman! You stand. You stand because it's normal. Okay. So there you go. There you have WINDBLADE in her robot mode. She's a really cool design. I really like the way she looks. It doesn't at all hurt that she's red and black because, it's... I love those colors. So the fact that she's red and black is really, really cool. I dig the design. I think it looks really cool. I really do dig it. Getting closer on the head sculpt. A very nicely done head sculpt, too. Nicely sculpted, nicely painted. I really, really dig it. It just looks very, very nice. And then move down, some nice metallic blue here in the chest, Autobot symbol. And just, honestly, a very nice looking figure. And, like I said, the fact that she's red and black doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt at all. But, she is really cool. I do quite like her. Again, the only thing is that she's a little bit of a pain to stand. Usually any robot with high heels is kind of a pain to stand up, so. There you go. But she's still a very nicely done figure. It would be nice if some things kind of tabbed in a little more securely. Like these, you see there is a tab here. There's a tab here, and there is a slot right in there. And it goes in there, but it's not It doesn't lock in. It's not a secure connection in any way, shape, or form. So while you're trying to stand her up, usually these will move, and then this will move, and then, you know, you start to get a little frustrated. That's the only thing, is just kind of keeping her legs together and keeping those heels straight to get her standing. And that's the only real nitpick that I have with this figure. Otherwise, I do quite like her. Now, articulation-wise, her head can only rotate, and there's not a lot of rotation because due to this collar here, her head can only rotate but so much before it hits the collar. She can look up, and she can look down, but side-to-side movement, that's pretty much all you're going to get out of her. Shoulders are on a ball joint, so you get nice range of movement. You do get a bicep swivel, as well as your elbow joints. You do get a wrist swivel. Excuse me. Another thing that does kind of bug me is the fact that her shoulders don't really lock into place. So you can kind of undo those. Again, just a couple more locking points would have made a world of difference. But anyway, wrist swivel. She does have a waist joint. She does have ball jointed hips. And they do swivel at the hip. You do got your knee joints right there. And yeah, it's basically for articulation, nothing at the feet. The wings themselves, again, you know, they are on this hinge right here, so you can angle. Oops, I just popped her arm off. Ah! Sorry. That is not gentlemanlike at all to just rip a woman's arm off. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me, my lady. But yeah, the wings are on that joint right there, as well as this joint right here, so you can angle them back. You know, bring them up, bring them down. They're also on this rotational joint here. So you kind of swivel them upwards, maybe, if you wanted to do that. Sure. Hey, why not? Dare I say, why not? You can do it. You can make use of those fans in this mode. And again, you can, you know, do what you want with these fans. If you want to pose those any kind of way. So there you have that. Try to get things back the way I had them. Ah, there we go. Yep, see how the high heels just kind of moved on me? Come on, girl. Work with me, girl. See, just a tab for those heels would have made so much difference. Why didn't they think of that? There we go. Whoa. Come on. Don't embarrass me, WINDBLADE. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Why do women always have to do that? But anyway, of course, she does come with the accessory of her sword. Now here is the sheath. It's simple, basic, but it's nicely done. And you pull out the sword, and she has a nice purple sword, which is really cool. Again, with the transclearance fan right there on the hilt, done in black paint, and a nice transparent plastic here for the sword. You see the purple just kind of fades into the clear, which is a nice effect. And very, very cool. And of course, you can hold it in our hand. And the sheath, as you can see, there are tabs on either side here, so you can plug it into either side. But you can plug it into these slots on either of her thighs. So just plug it in right there. Again, this isn't the most secure connection. You could easily knock this out, but if you plug it in, don't mess with it. It stays in. So there you have that. There you have her with a sword. So there you go. But yeah, pretty cool figure. I do quite like her. Now for comparison, here she is with Armada Starscream. You can see how she stacks up there. There you have that, and here she is with some other IDW bots. Here is Orion Pax. And here she is with Megatron. Just because. And here she is with Bumblebee. With his cane. That's the Dr. Wu cane and gun set that I got from Big Bad Toy Store. So there you have that. But yeah, I mean, as far as WINDBLADE goes, she's a neat figure. Again, just a little more, you know, just some better tabs, or just tabs in general. Like I said, these heels would have benefited a lot from just having a tab right there to lock that in place. These would have benefited from locking in a bit more securely. You know, getting her into jet mode is a little bit fiddly, but you know, it's not that fiddly. You know, she has her fiddle factor. She definitely has her fiddle factor, but at the end of the day, she is still a really cool looking robot. Oh, one more thing I almost forgot to point out. You can rip off the back of her head. Okay, not the back of her head exactly, but this little, oops, pop this off. But this little fan crest thing on the back of her head, you can actually take that and remove it. For some reason, don't know why. Now this is the one thing on this figure that's actually on there extremely securely. I'll wiggle this out here. And you'll see it's just a little fan. And it's actually, it looks like a transparent plastic that was just painted gold on one side, it looks like to me. But apparently you can take this and give it to her as some kind of, I don't know if it's a weapon per se, or if she just, you know, is feeling hot and wants to fan herself. Oh my god. Oh, I'm flustered. I'm just, oh my, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But it's there, it's an option, it's in the instructions. You can totally do that if you want. You just take it and just slide it right back into the back of her head. So yeah, that's, pop this back in. But yeah, she's a cool figure. She just could have benefited from, you know, like I said, a little more solid, you know, connection points, or just some connection points, period. But she's so cool, and I do like her, and you know, she's definitely worth a shot. You know, if you're on the fence, I'd say, you know, pick one up, mess around with her, see how you like it, and if not, then hey, I'm sorry. But I personally like her. I think she's cool. She's red and black. That's awesome. But all in all, I do like the figure, despite the fiddle factor and you know, the little nitpicks I have about it. I still think she's a very cool figure, and I do quite like her. So I think that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Transformers Generations Deluxe Class WINDBLADE. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud. Palm in your face. Hey, Rat Trap. Yeah? Did you hear? That WINDBLADE girl's on the ship. Yeah, I heard. Well, word around the ship is she doesn't have a boyfriend. What are you thinking? I'm gonna ask her out. No, you really shouldn't. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm going for it. He's gonna die. Excuse me, miss.
Can I help you?
I couldn't help but notice, you have wings. I have wings too.
Get to the point.
Yes. My name is Starscream. You may have heard of me. I'm kind of a big deal. But, I was wondering if maybe I could, take you to dinner sometime.
Look, I've already killed 9 bots who tried to ask me out. Do you really want to be number 10?
Have a good evening.